Hey, g'day guys, Trav here from Trav387 again. So update on the Corolla, she's all sorted out, all sweet as. So starts and runs, fuel system's been sorted. So before we had a Chinese fuel reg on it, we're not returned to tank style, so lots of flooding issues, lots and lots of flooding issues. So we've got a Malpassi fuel pump, fuel reg on there. So it's carb to EFI to carby, so it can run a real high rate of fuel pressure, but we've got it run down to about 4 psi fuel pressure. It's got a boost pressure reference on it, so as boost pressure comes up, it'll obviously put more fuel pressure into the engine. So I've got the fuel pressure wound up, so just before it'll start putting droplets of fuel through into the carby, so through your carby through your jet. So just back to back from there. Running pretty sweet. I've retarded timing out of it. Now I've got an exhaust system fitted. Got the car back today, so we've got a 2.5 inch from the turbo back right through. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the fuel system, and you just copy that. I'll explain what I've done, how I've done it, and I've also got another part here, the mechanical fuel pump delete. So it's just the plate that comes off. So you just put a plate on the side of your motor. Anyway, let's have a look. So as I showed you guys before, here's the fuel pump. So that's an airflow fuel pump. That's a 72 psi rated pump. It's a little fucking overkill and a half, but you know, it's the price you pay. You know, put quality in there, but we can reg it down. 3-core radiator. It's been fitted. New radiator hoses. New water pump. It's been fitted. We had to modify a bottom radiator hose to suit. So I know there's a big kink in it, but there's not much we can do because the turbo's in the way. But we've made it to suit. Also had to trim my fan blades, otherwise I'm going to hit the hose clamps, but no big deal. I measured them up and chamfered them down, so everything should be balanced hopefully. New belt, had to get a different belt because the factory one would not fit. It was up against, well and truly up against the radiator hose. Over here, so running a standard fuel filter for now, but I will change it. I'll run a EFI style fuel pump, fuel filter, sorry, just because I believe this here is probably going to suck the guts out of it and it'll end up in my fuel pump. So out of the tank, through, across into the Malpassi carby to EFI to carby, sorry, I'm getting it mixed up all the time. Running a 6mm hose back to the tank. So the factory return is about 3mm, and it's shit, it would not feed back and it would flood. So I ran a hose right down, right through, and I'll show you the back of the car in a sec, and just stand it over to the carby. Now I've got all the top hat sorted out, the hose is all sorted out. I had to modify a butterfly linkage here to suit, because I didn't want to have to fucking buy more shit like the balls to suit the throttle cable. I have ported the intake manifold out because normally they have like 2 holes, so little hole, and I've cut them out and chamfered it. So if you look down inside the carb, it's got a big fucking juicy fucking hole there, so it's going to get all the airflow. As for that, and I've just heat proofed turbo beanie and heat proof wrap there. But I'll go to the boot. I'll show you a look in the boot at what I've done here with the hose fittings. So up inside the tank, there's the original, that's the original return line. Now I've just gone down to the local auto shop here and got a fitting, and what I've done is I've taken out the return, like the whole fuel part, like, you know, you return your feed and sort of stuff like that. Pulled it out and just drilled it out and put a new elbow fitting in there and ran the hose back through into the original, like the original car hole, like the hole in the car. But that's that part. Head over into the car and I'll show you what I've done here. So fuel supply. So got on a rocket switch. So fuel on, fuel off. Just basic as shit. On the other side, I've had to put a manual horn in. So manual horn is in there because I'm not buying another steering wheel because I just don't want to, because I'm being a fucking tight ass. This has been a budget build, but I'm already probably up around about the 8 grand into this car now. The exhaust system cost me $1,000 today. The car cost me $500 and the seats cost me $500. So that's $1,000 just for an exhaust system, but it's fucking well worth it. Righto, so I'll show you a look at the exhaust system. So we've gone V-band. So V-band style off the back of the dump. So I did buy the turbo and the dump section, and then I've just got them to put a like V-band styles. And as we go down here, so it's full 2.5 inch right through. Plenty of room, plenty of room. And a bit hard to see up underneath. System runs down right through, and then runs through here, runs up there. And this little bugger here was 36 bucks off eBay, so it just gives that little bit of flavour, a little bit of dump. Dump looks sick, looks fucking awesome, looks great. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to start the car up. I'll start it up, I'll show you his engine bay, then I'll get the camera, I'll put it at the back of the car, and you can hear it idle, and then I'm going to rev it up a bit. And the idea a bit later on is I'm going to cam it, so put a mild cam in it. I'm going to talk to Ty Cams, I think that's how you pronounce it, and get a mild cam so it's lumpy down low, has a bit more torque down the bottom, and until the turbo spills up or about mid-range, because this turbo comes on about just before half throttle, and it's right on boost. So yeah, righto, let's get it. Right, so fuel pump on. Wrong fucking key. That's the boot key. Also, I done my valve clearances too, so it starts a hell of a lot easier, because before it was a little bit of a dog to start, but valve clearances have been done. Right, I'll get you to the back here. Pretty cool, huh? Righto, I'll change camera angle and I'll get you down at the turbo, and I'll spool him up so you can see the turbo spooling around. Alright, so what do you think of that? It's pretty fucking sick. It had surprisingly does have a really good note for straight through 2.5 inch. Pretty damn happy with that. So that's as far as we've gotten with the car. It's going to be very soon, it's going to be on the road, so going to go at club rego on. Yeah, so the car is going to be put on club registration, and it's going to be put down as like a modified category, so that's going to be pretty sick. And once it's on the road, we'll do some drives and shit, and it should be pretty cool. But also I just wanted to show you, that's that plate. And this is the plate for the mechanical pump delete. Now, I actually bought this off Rolla. So Rolla has done manifolds and turbo builds for Corollas, which is pretty sick, and I actually bought that off him off eBay. So I'll show you where that goes. So this is your mechanical pump, and then that's your blank off plate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rip it off, put it on, show you the look, and we'll wrap the video up pretty much there. Righto, so just a 12mm spanner, or bloody 12mm ratchet, sorry. Crack him off. We'll piss this piece of shit off. There is an earth, so just a nut at the back, and we've got a earth on the other side. Piece of piss. Wash him off. So there's your earth, another washer. Right. So one heap of shit mechanical pump to go in the bin, because it's fucking junk. I'll pull this one off. Now, this spacer, you need this spacer if you're running the mechanical style. Just going to get a rag and wipe that around. Clean this up a bit. There's no gasket left on this fucking thing. So the mechanical fuel pump on these runs directly off your camshaft. Your camshaft is just behind here, so just there. So that's pretty sick. Alright. Nice and clean, mate. Nice and clean. Righto. Plate. Plate goes on. Now I'm thinking I might have to put that bloody spacer back on there actually. Alright guys, so the blanket plate is on, but it needs some spacing, so I'm gonna have to get some washers or just get some sleeves. Probably put some sleeves on it and neaten it up, and yeah, that'll get that sorted out. Anyway guys, I really hope you liked the video, and yeah, I hope you guys liked the journey too, because it's been pretty cool. This car's come from pretty much a bucket of shit, looked like coming out of the ocean, to something pretty damn cool. So what I'll do, I'm going to wrap the video up there, and we'll catch us on the next one. Cheers guys.